Now to react, one of the Democrats who spoke on the Senate floor last night, Minnesota Senator Al Franken, who sits on the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. He's also the author of Al Franken, Giant of the Senate. Senator, thank you very much. First off, what do you know about what is in this current health care bill?
I don't know anything, really. I think it's based on the House bill, which is horrible. Mean, said a wise man.
Are you referring to the President of the United States?
No, I'm referring to someone who quoted him.
Got it.
The President, though, did also say it was great when he had the celebration in the Rose Garden for the House passing it. So
he likes
that's
to be
all
on
we
both
know.
sides of things.
Evidently. Yep.
Senator, Sean Spicer a moment ago, I'm not sure if you were able to hear some of that press conference, but he said, why should the Democrats be involved in this? They have said repeatedly that they don't want to be involved in anything that is a repeal of Obamacare, so why would Republicans bother talking to them? That was essentially his argument.
Well, when we took up the Affordable Care Act, we had scores and scores of hearings, Republican amendments, 130, I believe, out of the Help Committee. This should be a bipartisan effort, but most Republicans don't know what's in this bill. They have kept this unbelievably secret. This is 1/6 of the American economy. And this should be, we should do this with regular order like we did the Affordable Care Act. We should be having hearings and working to deliver American people the best health care possible, not cutting Medicaid by hundreds of billions of dollars, which, by the way, during the campaign, of course, President Trump said he wouldn't do. And so now he's, I guess he does reverse himself a lot.
Understatement. Senator, there's a lot of talk about how this bill is going to essentially try to circumvent Senator Collins and circumvent Senator Paul. If they're able to do that, they don't need those two senators because Mike Pence can break a tie. But if they lose, say, Senator Murkowski, they're not going to be able to pass this bill. So if all eyes are potentially on Murkowski right now, are the Democrats talking to her behind the scenes? Are you talking to her behind the scenes to try and convince her not to go along with this?
Well, of course we talk to our Republican colleagues, but we don't know. Senator Murkowski is not among the 13. Senator Collins is not among the 13. There's a lot of other senators in this mix, Republican senators. Dean Heller is running for re-election in a state that went for Hillary Clinton. There's Senator Lee, who is kind of sticking with Rand Paul. There's a whole bunch of Senator Portman, who is in a state where his governor is saying, don't vote for this. There are a number of states where Republican governors who, expanded Medicaid are saying, if you're getting rid of that, don't vote for it to their senators. So there's more in play than you might think.
On another topic, you've been talking a lot about Mike Pence, essentially warning Democrats to be careful what they wish for. You called Pence a zealot. You told the International Business Times in an interview that he's ideological. I consider him a zealot, and I think that in terms of a lot of domestic policy, certainly he would be worse than Trump. Expand on that.
I get asked this all the time. My answer is, first of all, we have a process and order. Robert Mueller is the special prosecutor. He is going to get to the bottom of this. I trust Robert Mueller. So does pretty much everyone in Washington. And we need to go. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So we need to find out what happened. We do know that the Russians interfered with the election, and I can't believe that in the last 5 months that Sean Spicer hasn't had that conversation. I can't believe that the Attorney General Sessions hasn't had that conversation. They should be, if they have nothing to hide, what they should be asking, what the president should be asking, what Sessions should be asking is, how can we prevent this from happening again? We should learn as much as we can about how they did this.
Yeah,
and then we should prevent it.
Yet we're not seeing them do that. We're not seeing the president do that, period.
I wonder why.
The president did just tweet, Senator, and this is on the subject of Otto Warmbier.
Breaking news? He tweeted?
He tweeted breaking news. You heard Hallie Jackson ask Sean Spicer whether or not the administration would consider it murder what happened to Otto Warmbier, what the North Koreans did to him. He would not answer that, but here's what he tweeted. While I greatly appreciate the efforts of President Xi and China to help with North Korea, it has not worked out. At least I know China tried! Exclamation point. What's your reaction?
I don't know why he put the exclamation point on there. I don't think he actually knows that. And I don't know, certainly in terms of this young man, I don't know if she did anything. And I think that, may I say, that the president might be gullible when it comes to China.
Do you think...
He might be. That's a guess.
Do you think that he was murdered?
I think this is the equivalent to murder, yeah. They had him in his custody, and we hadn't seen him until he comes back in this coma. Yeah, that's the equivalent of murder to me. If I were the parents, I would consider that, and I consider it that, yeah.